Namaste, welcome everybody to the Yoga Rise channel with Natalie Linden. Check me out on my website www.yogarise.co.uk. So welcome to my 21-day Sun Salutation Challenge. So I've set a challenge for all my people in my classes this week, over the last 5 weeks actually, to do a 21 days of sun salutations, getting to a maximum of about 108 by the 21st of June, summer solstice. So summer solstice is the pinnacle point where the sun reaches its zenith in the sky and we start to stand still, reflect, setting positive intentions for the rest of the year. So it's kind of a halfway point of the year. So what better way to mark it than through this challenge? So I'm going to teach you today 3 different sun salutations, so you can choose which one you wanted to take. All the details are on my website. Simply go to my news and events page and you can download the form that you need to complete. Once you completed it, email it back to me and you can get 25% off my next Well Woman Yoga course, or any course for that matter. So it could be baby yoga, or I also teach pregnancy too. So what we're going to do is have a couple of blocks, front of your mat, preferably sort of at the top of your mat. You won't need a blanket, but you might, so do have something comfortable, just for your comfort, for your knees. We're going to start with a classical Sun Salute A, which is from the Ashtanga yoga tradition. So traditionally it is 1 breath per movement. I'm just going to break it down so you check the postures out first, and then we'll flow into our sun sal with our breath. So first thing to do is come into Tadasana, so a series of 12 poses to mark the 12 months of the year in the solar year. So just allowing yourself to soften the knees, allowing yourself a very gentle lengthening. So what we're thinking about, rather than pressing the tailbone down towards the floor, we're thinking actually in Well Woman Yoga to bring the zip between the pubis and the navel. So imagine you've got the zip and you're just zipping up your jeans, having the arms to the sides with the rolling the palms open. Feeling this sense of strength from the feet, so you might want to think about having a block. This is actually really useful. So if you are pelvic floor weakness, perhaps you've just had a baby, or you have any abdominal weakness. So I wouldn't do this in pregnancy, so there is a different one which I'll share with you shortly, a kneeling sun salute. So what we're going to do is soften the knees, Tadasana. With the inhale, upward sun salute, so we're rolling the thighs back, we're zipping up the pubis to navel, we're reaching for the sky. You can even bring the hands to touch, but if that's too much for your shoulders, keep them beach ball distance apart. Exhale, swan dive, arms out to the side, not forward because that puts too much strain on your lower back. Swan dive forwards. Have your other block if necessary. Come into a flat back. So really think of this sort of action where your shoulders are rolling back, you're integrating all the back muscles. So I like to bring my hands up a little bit higher up to my thighs so I can feel this integration across the shoulder blades. With the exhale coming down to frame the feet, so you might need to come into a little baby squat. And then it's a case of hop or walk the feet back into a plank pose. So the heels are pressing back. The shoulders are like pillars for the chest. The heart is opening, and then from here, option to just drop the knees down, come forwards a little bit, and then come into, you can tap the head against the block, and then you can come into a cobra or an up dog, lifting up the legs. Or alternatively, you can come into chaturanga. So we're coming forwards with toe extension, coming into the L shape, so the elbow is over the wrist, brushing the sides of the ribs, really squeeze the block. And then just a case of coming into upward facing dog where the knees are lifted, kneecaps are lifted, squeezing the block, or into a baby cobra. So up to you what you choose. It might just be here, depending on your flexibility. And then from this position, coming up into downward facing dog. Again, bringing it up onto the tippy toes, draw the belly in, squeeze the block, tilt forwards into a high plank, and then option to walk the feet or hop. So you bend the knees deeply to hop the feet forwards. On the inhale, half forward lift. Exhaling, dropping down into Uttanasana with soft knees if you have lower back issues. Inhale, arms out wide to the side, an aeroplane, stick the bottom back a little bit, draw the belly in, all the way up to Urdhva Hastasana. Hands connect at the top, I like to bring the hands down the midline to connect the chakras from the crown all the way to the root, and having the arms open. So if you have weakness in the back, belly, pelvic floor, use the block. If you don't, you can have the blocks perhaps like that at the front. You can have the feet together. Yogi's choice. Bit more challenging for your balance. Okay, let's do one pose, one movement. Soften knees to bind your mountain, Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up and forwards, roll the thigh bones back, zip up the pubis to navel. Exhale, swan diving Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, integrate the back muscles, half forward lift. Exhale, frame the feet, bend the knees as much as you need to. Step or hop back into plank pose, pressing the heels, really pushing the ground away. Toe extension, if you are taking Chaturanga Dandasana, dropping the ribs against the, so you've got that lovely rib connection, and then flowing through into upward facing dog or your cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple, roll forward, step or hop to the front of your mat, half forward lift. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, arms out wide to the side, draw the belly in, zip the pubis to navel, Urdhva. Exhale, connecting all the chakras into your Tadasana. And then it's really good to take a couple of breaths, at least 3, between each sun salutation. So if you're doing my 21-day challenge, it works out to about 5 or 6 a day. Okay, so let's take Sun Salutation Challenge B. So this stems really from the Ashtanga primary series. So if you've been doing yoga for a long time, you'll know where this is from. So sun salutations themselves take back to the Vedic times, some 30,000 years ago. Very good for building flexibility, strength and stamina and endurance. Okay, so coming to the front again, using the blocks. You've got a choice. You can either bring the feet together. For Sun Salutation B, I personally like to have the feet about hip width apart. Have softness in the knees, find your Tadasana, rolling the palms open. Okay. Coming into Utkatanasana, so we're just taking the bottom back, but try and keep the zip from the pubis to navel. So as you come back, you're reaching back with the arms, and then you're just taking them to skim the earth, bringing all the weight into the heels. You can lift the toes. Imagine that block between the legs squeezing, so you get that length. It's almost a little tuck, so you've got that little zipping movement. With the exhale, full forward fold. Use the blocks if you need it for soft knees, if you have tight shoulders or lower back. Inhale, find the integration with the back muscles, coming to half forward fold. Exhale, bring the hands very similar to Sun Sal A, coming back into plank pose. Toe extension, L shape, so we're bringing the elbows over the wrists, but we're skimming the rib cage as we come down, so either all the way, bring the nose to the floor, tap the nose, untuck the toes, baby cobra, or you can come up and lift the kneecaps into up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, top of the push-up, drawing ripple roll forwards, pressing the ground away. Step the right foot behind that right wrist. Turn the left toes open by 45 degrees. Bringing the tailbone forwards as you lift the arms. Right. So if you have a tight lower back, take the arms out wide to the sides, lifting up into your warrior one. Again, invisible zip here, so you feel this more of a stretch when you lift the pelvic floor onto the inner back thigh and the psoas muscle. Breathe. Exhale. Again, you might need to just walk that foot in slightly. Take this foot back, find your plank pose. Toe extension, Chaturanga Dandasana, or all the way down. Cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple, roll forward, coming to the other side, push the ground away. Really good to draw the belly in as far as you can, so you can bring the momentum of bringing that left foot behind the wrist. Dropping the right foot to 45. Tilting the pelvis, zipping the zipper, coming to your warrior one. Again, shoulders tight, you might want to cactus the arms. Exhale, frame the front foot, walk it in slightly. Come back to our top of a push-up again. Plank pose, coming forwards, Chaturanga with the elbows coming in. pushing through into up dog, but if that's too much for your back, take it to cobra. Exhale. Now after we've done both sides, warrior one, we stay here and hold for 5 breaths. So in through the nose. You might want to have a little bit of a tilt so we get that length in the spine. And with the exhale, see if you can bring the length into the back of the legs. So it's an inhale, press the ground away. Get a little bit of space, so you might want to bring awareness into the index fingers and thumbs, just so you can draw the shoulders apart. Exhale. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, using Ujjayi breath. In through the nose, out with this ha sound, with lip seal. Good, look towards the hands, ripple roll forwards into a high plank, push the ground away, get that spring in the feet, and then step or hop forwards. Coming into Utkatanasana, so really bringing the weight, again you might want to lift the toes, coming into your lovely chair pose. Really press, almost as if you've got a band, like a belt across or strap, and really see if you could press that belt apart. And then inhale, reach for the sky over Hastasana. Option to hook the thumbs here if you want to take it slightly deeper, and you can come into a back bend just by drawing. So again, invisible zip here, rib cage drawing in, and then you can take the arms back. Exhale, arms out to the side and coming back into Tadasana. Okay, let's see if we can do 1 breath per movement. So the transition from our plank to our warrior one can cause issues. So if that is the case, don't sweat it, don't worry about it. Okay, so you might want to start a little bit further forwards. Again, connecting, integrating from the floor up to the crown. Imagine this invisible golden cord lifting you up. Palms are rolling out. Find your Tadasana. Good, deep breath with Ujjayi breath in through the nose. Out with a ha breath. In through the nose. Out with the ha sound. Seal the lips, have the ha sound at the back of the throat. Ujjayi or victorious breath. Connecting with this resonance, this sound, is really anchoring for the mind-body. Particularly when your body, so it's not about the shape, it's about the breath. So with the inhale, taking the bottom back, coming into Utkatanasana, chair pose. Really think about pressing the feet apart. Exhale, swan dive into your lovely Uttanasana. Inhale to a flat back, integrating the back muscles. Exhale, frame the feet, step or hop, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, high plank. Step forward, rotate, come all the way up in 1 inhale. Exhaling, coming down, frame the front foot, step back into plank, Chaturanga Dandasana, or all the way down, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot behind the wrist. Again, really push the ground away to give you momentum. Take the foot wide, inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, frame the front foot. Step back or hop into Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. And remember here, we stay for 5 breaths. Soft knees, lengthen spine. Inhale. Exhale, heels to the floor. Inhale, bend knees, get length, really pressing into the index finger and thumb. Exhale, heels to the floor. 3 more. Just allow the head to soften, focusing on the Ujjayi sound, that resonance, noticing how your breath feels, how your body feels. Good. Next inhale, coming forwards, ripple roll, and step or hop to a flat back. Exhale, full forward fold.
I can't skip ahead.
Inhale, reach for the sky. Again, you can hook the thumbs if you want. Bring the arms back. If you have the tension in the shoulders, it might just be here. Exhale, bring the hands down. Tadasana, soften the knees, chin drops towards your margin, you're blowing into the chalice of the heart. A few breaths like that. And then you can take it, again, if you wish to do Sun Salute B. I think Sun Salute B is wonderful for us women because it helps open the hip flexors, which can get really tight, particularly after having babies and through our lives, because we put our pelvis through a lot. So the next one I want to share with you is Sun Salute C. This is my personal preference. This comes from the Bihar School of Yoga, so it has everything that you want. It's very similar. It's a mishmash, really, between Sun Salute A and Sun Salute B. Okay, and I call it the classical Sun Salute. I have a mantra that I use. I'm available on Spotify or Amazon Prime. If you search for Sun Salutation mantra, it will come up. Okay, and I'll give it to you on a link at the end. So coming through to the front of the mat, for this you may want to have a blanket. It's not necessary actually, depending on how tight your hips are, but you might want to have it handy. So again, coming to the front, hips feeling soft, so I quite like to have my feet, personal yogi choice, to have my feet hip width apart, but you may want to play. It's a good idea to play with having your feet together and noticing how it feels. Again, rolling the shoulders back, zipping the invisible zip, rolling the palms open. Take a breath here. Come back to your breath, Ujjayi. Good. With the next in-breath, reach for the sky, hook the thumbs if you want to, or just take them back or have a nice little back bend. Exhale, soft knees if you need to, Uttanasana. Inhale to a flat back, use your blocks, they can be on the highest height if you wish. Exhale, full forward fold. Again, we're going to start by taking the left foot back, so we lead with the right. So coming into a low lunge, inhale here. Option to drop the knee down if you want to. Just pitch the fingers slightly forwards and just draw, see if you can roll the belly away from the top thigh. Exhaling into our plank pose. Coming into knees, chest, chin, so you can do Ashtanga Namaskar, so 8-limbed pose. So again, very similar setup to Chaturanga, but obviously you've got the knees on the floor. The elbows are drawing in. As you bring the chin and chest forwards with hands, the hands are just below the shoulders. And then from here you can slide into your cobra. Cobra pose, rolling the shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come to a via tabletop if you wish, by all fours. Again, inhale, so we have the right foot forward, so now we're going to come forward into a high plank. Step the left foot, so you might need to take the hand behind the foot to reach it forwards. So again, either here or choice to drop it and just lift up so you feel more stretch in the psoas muscle. Exhale, coming forwards, folding into the legs, Uttanasana, soft knees. Remember, if you have a lower back issue, you may want to be here. If you have high blood pressure, obviously keep the head in line with the heart. Take the arms out wide, sweep the pelvis through. It's almost like a pendulum swing forwards and up. Exhale, connecting all the chakras all the way down the midline, Nadi Shushumna. Taking the arms and rolling the palms. And taking a breath in through the nose. And out through the throat, Ujjayi. Same thing again, but this time different leg back. Again, focusing on the breath, not the posture. So once you've worked and know which sequence the postures go in, perhaps you follow this video for a few times, then you can focus on your breath. So again, think about pelvis dropping and zipping up to Tadasana. Breathing in, upwards Sun Salute, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Swan Dive, finding Uttanasana. Taking, framing the foot. This time, right foot back, low lunge. Exhale, left foot back, coming into knees, chest, chin. Again, you might need to just move your blocks. And then sweeping through. And try and keep the elbows drawing in toward the ribs. And then exhale, down dog. Inhale, taking the right foot forwards this time. So again, it's really good for left and right hemispheres of the brain, working out which foot to step forward. And then exhaling, finding it Uttanasana. Inhale, finding Urdhva Hastasana, reaching with the fingers. Exhale, connecting, integrating. Almost like you're bringing a veil of energy, bathing and soaking in that energy. And taking the palms out to the sides, soften the knees. Just allowing the breath. And again, taking 5 to 6 a day. So I look forward to receiving your forms at the end, and hope the sun salutation sequences on the summer solstice, you can join me at Stonehenge. Namaste, Om Shanti.